The following program is produced by students of the Brian Lamb School of Communication at Purdue University.
This week on Fast Track, we'll give you a look at the protests on campus that have been stirring up a lot of emotions and debates among students.
And later, we've got your first segment of One Tank Trips, and this week we're exploring a historical grist mill just an hour away from campus. Thank you for tuning into Fast Track. This week's show is coming to you from the Purdue Horticulture Park. I'm Island Spahi.
And I'm Liz Van Ostenburg. Mitch Daniels recently passed a free zone law that allows anyone to speak their mind freely on campus. Many organizations and clubs have used this peacefully express their beliefs, but one group of protesters brings a crowd every time they are in West Lafayette.
This group has been stirring up discomfort and arguments among students, resulting in a petition to get them to leave. Fast Track reporter Liz Van Ostenburg will give us a closer look at what this group is trying to accomplish.
Once a week while students are walking to class, they see some controversial protesters who are angering many students at the engineering mall. Whether you are someone who walks past these protesters, stands and watches, or argues, mostly everyone on Purdue's campus has witnessed Brother Jed and his followers.
If I don't have homework, I'm out here occasionally. I think I've been out here like 4 times. I've tried to sit down with some of the people out here, the brothers or so.
There's very few people who actually show up and cheer along with what they say.
Using signs and props with hateful sayings, Brother Jed from Terre Haute, Indiana, and his followers shout their beliefs in a very strong way.
The Bible says in Isaiah 58, cry aloud, spare not, lift up your voice like a trumpet, and show my people their sins and transgressions.
We just preach what the gospel says. You know, a lot of the times we'll quote 1 Corinthians 6:9, the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of God. Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, and the list goes on.
Brother Jed, who has been utilizing the open-air preaching method on college campuses, has been coming to Purdue for 40 years. He did not care that his words bothered students.
Well, people got angry at Jesus. It's evidence to me we're pricking their conscience. They got so angry at Jesus, they tried to kill him more than once before they succeeded.
Ron Underwood from Colorado uses the open-air preaching method as well, but expresses how Brother Jed brings a negative light to campuses.
They don't preach the gospel. What they do is they preach condemnation and hate.
The students who come every week to watch and argue do this to support what they believe in.
Being gender fluid and pansexual, I personally feel kind of victimized by them. I feel that what they say is hurtful to many people. It doesn't help people at all, having them out here every week.
A lot of these students try to find some positive light amongst all of this. So reporting for Fast Track, I'm Liz Van Ostenburg. You've heard this argument for years. Is climate change actually happening, and how much are humans affecting it?
A new survey by Purdue shows the majority of scientists tend to think humans do play a huge role. Cameron Harden has the story.
The cause of climate change and global warming has been a heated debate for years, but a new study conducted by Purdue University shows some interesting results.
We wanted to see how pervasive this disbelief in climate change science was. So we surveyed other disciplines, including climate sciences, but much broader, including a lot of different scientific disciplines in Big Ten universities.
Forestry and Natural Resources professor Linda Prokopi says the drive behind the survey came from seeing media outlets bring in scientists to debate against the issue, and wanted to see how many of those scientists there are.
So finding really the outliers and bringing them in to show there are two sides is a little disingenuous when there really is just one side, and that side is that climate change is happening.
Past studies have shown that nearly 97% of climatologists agree that humans contribute to climate change, but that's what makes this survey so different.
Interestingly, no one's ever tried to survey non-climate scientists before about their beliefs in climate change, in large part because it's very challenging to do because there's no magical list. The big takeaway findings are that the majority of scientists believe that mean temperatures are increasing across the world, that change is due to anthropogenic causes, so people are causing that change.
Prokopi understands that the Earth has its natural cycle, and not all of the blame can be thrown on humans, but she says the evidence presented over the years and this survey show action is needed.
The argument about climate change is really over if you look at scientists. Scientists are not arguing the existence of climate change, and so it's really time to act and start doing something about climate change.
Reporting on Purdue's campus, Cameron Harden, Fast Track News.
As you can see, the horticultural park is a wonderful place to enjoy the fall leaves. Now that fall is in full swing, the temperatures are dropping and the scenery is changing.
The leaves are beginning to reach their peak for the season, but there's still time and plenty more places to enjoy the colorful landscapes. Reporter Krista McEnany has more.
Well, we are already over a month into the fall season, and with the fall season comes the fall colors. A perfect time of year to get out and enjoy many of the great parks Purdue has to offer. One such park is Pickett Park, located just north of the Co-Rec, which offers a running and bike trail and is also furnished with picnic tables and grills to help you enjoy what is quite possibly most people's favorite time of the year here at Purdue.
It's personally my favorite time of year. It's about openings and opportunity and transition, and also preparing to calm and hibernate emotionally and to really settle into life, for the quiet of winter, which is not my favorite.
But before winter sets in, be sure to get out and enjoy some of the activities some of the other parks have to offer, such as basketball at the Tommy Johnston Park, located up on Chauncey Hill. Or take a short trip off campus to Happy Hollow Park, where they offer picnic pavilions, playgrounds, and many trails.
It's my second favorite time of the year after spring, and for me it's more about closing, not about opening, but definitely about finding the connection with the inner self and the calm and the peace of winter. And I love the change of colors and the wrapping it up of the year.
If running or other strenuous physical activities aren't your ideal way to enjoy all that autumn has to offer, perhaps a short walk through one of the trails in one of Purdue's hidden gems, located at Horticulture Park, across from Purdue West, will help put you at ease while you seek peace of mind entering into the drudgery of winter. Whatever you choose to do, be sure to get out and enjoy the scenery while you can, because this beauty won't last long. For Fast Track, I'm Krista McEnany.
When we come back, we're taking you to an event that showcased Indian culture while also raising awareness about literacy in India.
Krista will also have your first look at weather. Back after this.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
We are all Boilermakers, but we're also much more. We're history makers, exploring the farthest reaches of our universe, often when strapped to a rocket. We are hope makers, rebuilders of Haitian cityscapes who ensure they'll now withstand any disaster. We are difference makers, developers of drought-resistant crops that just might end world hunger. The fact is, what we make moves the world forward. We are Purdue, makers all.
I am an American.
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 That's the way most of us put it, just matter of factly.
They're plain words, those four. You could write them on your thumbnail
or sweep them across a bright autumn sky. But remember, too, that they are more than just words.
They are a way of life.
So whenever you speak them firmly.
Speak them proudly, speak them gratefully. I am an American.
I am an American.
I am an American.
I am an American.
I am poised under pressure. I led Purdue to a come-from-behind victory in my first start. I am focused on the field and in class. I draw inspiration from the cradle of quarterbacks. I am Rob Henry, and I am a Boilermaker.
Well,
Well, welcome back. It's been another gorgeous fall week. We've been having warmer than average temperatures. We had a cold front move in just a few days ago and only dropped the temperature a couple of degrees. Our cold front that's moving into tonight and through tomorrow, it's going to drop the temperatures a good bit by the end of the weekend. This cold front is going to spark off some showers tonight and into tomorrow as well before we get into that cool down. And we'll be back to some more seasonable temperatures by next week. For tonight, though, we could be seeing some rain showers as early as 8 p.m. with that slight chance of rain, a temperature of 68 degrees, dropping down to 66 degrees by 10 p.m. Then it's really after midnight that we're going to see a greater chance of some showers, 65 degrees at midnight, and then dropping down to 64 degrees by 2 a.m. tomorrow morning. Now, low temperature is going to drop down to near 60 in most places. We're going to get down to 61 here in Lafayette, 60 in Rensselaer, as well as 61 out in Champaign. Back in Indianapolis, we're going to get down to 60 degrees and 57 degrees for the low in Warsaw. We want to share viewer photos with you once again. Lots of sunshine this week once again outside the engineering mall as well. Plenty of sunshine. It was really a great week to be outside and to enjoy the fall colors. We're starting to see lots of orange, yellows, and reds on the trees. And if you haven't noticed, this has really been just a wonderful fall season. Sometimes these leaves, depending on the weather pattern, can drop really fast and we don't get to enjoy them as long, which is not the case this year, but they are reaching their peak, so make sure you get out and enjoy them while you can, because we have a weather pattern that's changing on the way. I'll have the details in your 7-day forecast.
Thanks, Krista. Almost every day we see planes flying over our heads on campus. But what some might not know is that these planes are piloted by students working toward receiving their pilot's license.
Purdue's aviation program is ranked first in the state and number 2 in the country. Fast Track reporter Spencer Huffmeyer will tell us more.
You can't hardly walk across campus without hearing a plane fly overhead. That's because the Purdue University airport has over 100 planes take off and land each day. The flight program at Purdue boasts some of the best in the business. The school has a large university feel with a technical college skill set. Purdue wastes no time in getting its students off the ground and into the air, flying the single-engine planes students are so used to seeing circling the campus. With the hands-on learning atmosphere, the flight program at Purdue is unique in its lessons and in-air flight time experiences.
So Purdue is a little unique in that it has a very robust curriculum in terms of that. First semester, freshman year, that very first fall, you're getting your private pilot's license, and then from there, the next 3 semesters, you're working to get your instrument rating and then your commercial license. So basically, you're able to fly people and you're able to fly people in the clouds. So by the end of your first 2 years, you have those 3 major certificates and ratings, which are usually take a lot longer for people to get, but just because of the, like I said, the robust nature of our curriculum and how much we fly every semester. We get both those done the first 2 years, and then junior year, we get our multi-engine rating. So 2 engines instead of 1, and then from there we go to the Sky, the jet program, and then finally our regional jet simulator is where we finish. So we do simulator course and then flying in the actual jet airplane for a semester, and that's something that not many universities offer in their flight program, is that turbine time.
Senior Sebastian Andrade, now a flight instructor, is responsible for training the incoming freshmen and showing them the ropes of how to get their plane in the air.
First couple times it's a little scary. You know, they tell you that your student will try to kill you, but it's fun overall. It's a good time. Like I said, it really helps you master the airplane and your communication skills.
The flight students have the option to instruct once they are certified, which helps them gain hours, which are required by major airlines. Now you know, the guys behind the controls are just students. Their classroom is just a little cooler than ours.
Yeah, I actually used to be one of those students to look up and be like, man, I wonder who's flying those planes. But then I entered the flight program, and they teach you everything really well, really fast, and within a couple months of joining the program, you're up there flying Cirrus by yourself.
So next time you're on campus and you see a Cirrus SR-20 fly overhead, you might as well wave, because it's probably a fellow Boilermaker earning their hours for the flight program. For Fast Track, this is Spencer Huffmeyer.
Pappy's Sweet Shop has a new program that could give student employees a reason to cut their summer short.
The Jump Start program allows their employees to move in 2 weeks prior to school starting, giving them adequate training for their job. Reporter Taylor Briscoe sat down with Pappy's managers to get the inside scoop.
Pappy's Sweet Shop, located here in Purdue's Memorial Union, is giving incoming employees more than just a free sundae. This past summer, Pappy's Sweet Shop implemented a Jumpstart program for their new employees. These incoming student employees were given the option to move into their campus homes 2 weeks prior to school starting. Operations Manager Shannon Jordan tells me that Pappy's targeted incoming freshmen for the program.
The retention level seems to be higher because they know what to expect. They know, what's going on, so it's not so overwhelming to them to start a new job and start classes and away from mom and dad.
In addition to becoming acclimated to campus and college living earlier than most, the students in this program received free meals, paid for room and board, and an extra $1 an hour for the 2 weeks the program lasted. They also were taught things like sanitation and knife training, customer service and time management, and participated in fun team building exercises. Trainer Candace Eck says the program makes a clear difference in employee performance levels.
When they come in on the spot and they didn't go through the Jumpstart program, you have to train them as you're going through like a rush of people and you don't have a lot of time to focus on them. When we did the Jumpstart, we had time to actually just set aside to train them on everything so that they knew what they were doing when the rush was there.
University residential dining as well as other restaurants in the union participate in this program. Jordan says they had 10 new employees complete the program this year, but she hopes that number will double next summer.
It's been a really good thing. Yes, we'll continue to do it in the future.
For Fast Track, Taylor Briscoe.
For many children living in India, having the opportunity to learn how to read is rare. ASHA, a Purdue organization, hosts a performance each year to raise support and awareness for illiterate children in India.
Students and community members are able to attend the event to learn more about the Indian culture, while also supporting a cause. Rachel Bibler has the story.
53% of girls between the ages 5 to 9 are illiterate in India. ASHA, a Purdue organization, hosts an event every fall called Terrain. This event provides different cultural dances, festivals, songs, and instrumentals to raise awareness about this global issue. If you're looking for a good bite to eat, a dance to listen to, or a song to sing, this event would appeal to you. ASHA Purdue presents their 4th annual cultural event, Terrain, a festival of the hope and happiness. ASHA is a nonprofit organization that is devoted to promoting literacy for poor children in India. The goal for this event is to express the hope and awareness of underprivileged children.
I'm here to watch all the dance performances and the songs. I'm really excited about the bands. Also, it's for a good cause, a charity event, so I look forward to buying some food and enjoying some quality time with my friends.
Malathione, a PhD student in the ABE department, has performed at ASHA for a few years now and shares why this event is important to her.
So since we have performed at ASHA before, they called us back. They asked if we could perform again, and so that's how we did. But we have always been supporting ASHA for education, and they're doing a wonderful thing, the cause that they all are working for, education for the underprivileged in India. That is an amazing cause, and we will do whatever we can to support them.
If you would like more information about Purdue ASHA, you can visit them on their Facebook page at ASHA Purdue or on their website at ashanet.org. Reporting for Fast Track, I'm Rachel Bibler.
When we come back, we have the second segment of our travel series, One Tank Trips.
But first, we'll show you a place on campus where you can decorate your very own plates and dishes. Stay tuned.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
We are all Boilermakers, but we're also much more. We're history makers, exploring the farthest reaches of our universe, often when strapped to a rocket. We are hope makers, rebuilders of Haitian cityscapes who ensure they'll now withstand any disaster. We are difference makers, developers of drought-resistant crops that just might end world hunger. The fact is, what we make moves the world forward. We are Purdue, makers all.
I am an American.
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 That's the way most of us put it. just matter of factly.
They're plain words, those 4. You could write them on your thumbnail
or sweep them across a bright autumn sky. But remember, too, that they are more than just words.
They are a way of life.
So whenever you speak them firmly.
Speak them proudly. Speak them gratefully. I am an American.
I am an American.
I am an American.
I am an American.
I am poised under pressure. I led Purdue to a come-from-behind victory in my first start. I am focused on the field and in class. I draw inspiration from the cradle of quarterbacks. I am Rob Henry, and I am a Boilermaker.
Back. Do you ever get fired up and feel the need to be creative?
Sometimes painting with friends or family can be a nice break to the stress of everyday life. Julie Villanova has an inside look at Lafayette's very own art studio.
Have you ever felt the need to get in touch with your creative side? Well, you're in luck, because All Fired Up Ceramic Studio, located on Wabash Landing, is here for all of your creative needs. Located within walking distance from Purdue's campus is All Fired Up Ceramic Studio, which offers a friendly environment for all ages to create their personal ceramic masterpiece. Weekly specials are one way the owners really draw on students and the community to the studio.
Behind you we've got Student Day on Monday and Family Day on Sunday. We get really crowded this week. Today's Wednesday. On Friday, about every other Friday, we do Midnight Madness.
Customers walk into the bright studio and can choose from multiple kinds of ceramic molds. From kitchenware to mugs, home decor, and seasonal options, you will never be at a loss. All Fired Up also offers off-site group events.
For bigger groups, we can take the pottery and the paints to you, and we've done groups 150 to 200 people because it's something, if you have the facility to do it, we can bring it all to you. We can fire it, and then everybody will have like the same coffee mug or something that they made together that it was a good bonding experience.
Whether you're looking to decorate your room, your dorm, or just relax, there are many reasons why people come into the studio to paint.
It is just very relaxing and it's very therapeutic, and I just enjoy creating something that will be fun to set in your house.
For more information, you can visit their website at allfiredupwestlafayette.com. Whether you're coming down with family, date night, or just with friends, come down to All Fired Up and get in touch with your inner Picasso. Reporting for Fast Track, I'm Julie Villanova.
For some people, being in front of a camera can be scary, but for others, it is their life goal. At Purdue, there are a few classes in the communication department that offer experience to students interested in working with a camera either in front of it or behind it.
If Purdue students are interested in being a TV producer, director, or maybe even a host, here's a look at one class they should consider. I'm here in the basement of the Stewart Center, just outside room B22. It's in this room where students of all majors learn what it's like to be in front of the camera, as well as everything that goes on behind it. While most classrooms are filled with chairs and desks, this classroom resembles a television studio, equipped with audio equipment, a blue screen, a green screen, and big production cameras. Students in this class learn everything there is to know behind those cameras in order to bring their written scripts to the screens.
In this class, students learn all of the different elements of TV production, so whether that's actually being on camera or behind the scenes. So we do rotations every week. Sometimes there'll be the talent on camera, sometimes there'll be floor director and working down in the studio, and then other times they're up in the control room, so doing things like audio or technical director, working on the server, and practicing directing.
Students who have already taken this class can even enroll themselves into Com 497, also known as Advanced Directing, and enhance their directing skills while also teaching its current students how to direct a production.
My role for this class is essentially to be the director while they're getting used to how things are going on. I basically tell them how to set things up, how to operate the equipment, what looks good, what doesn't look good, and kind of just give them a little bit of help as they're putting together their pieces for 332, because eventually they will have to step into the director's role later on in the semester. So I'm basically like an example as to what they should be doing later on during the semester.
After taking this class, students walk away knowing how to direct and produce talk shows, commercials, and newscasts. For Fast Track, I'm Island Sapahi.
Indiana is full of beauty, but it also has a lot of history.
On this second edition of One Tank Trips, Beth Stanley is taking us to a place where anyone can explore and enjoy all that the fall season has to offer.
Hi, and thank you for tuning in to One Tank Trips. On this week's edition, we're filling up the tank and heading out to an old grist mill near Kokomo, Indiana. This place is just as beautiful as it is historical, so let's take a look.
John Adams came here in 1831. The local story is he walked from Lafayette, followed Wildcat Creek up this way looking for a site for a mill, landed on this spot, and entered the land in 1831. I think first 80 acres, and eventually he acquired a lot more land. Presumably cut his own timber and then built a small grist mill. And he must have been reasonably successful because in 1845 he tore down the small grist mill and built this one, which is behind me.
Today, Adams Mill has been preserved as a historic site that showcases machinery that was used to create flour years ago. Though milling ceased in 1951, the machines have been kept on display for visitors to see and learn more about the industry.
The miller here, a fellow named Claude Sheets, decided it just wasn't worth it to retrofit an old barn, given the size and given the competition with the big milling companies it's developing. So he just decided to open a museum, called it a Museum of Rural Americana.
The mill has since switched owners and is now a non-for-profit that is supported by local businesses and volunteers. It is also situated on 80 acres of land, which means there's plenty of room for outdoor activities as well.
Place to get away from town and relax. It's peaceful out here. You saw the picnickers. Today, I think we've had 6 or 7 different photography groups out here taking family pictures, things like that.
Adams Mill is a short 45-minute drive to Cutler, Indiana, just outside of Kokomo. They are currently preparing for the Halloween season with their Haunted Mill event on October 17th, 24th, and 31st from 6 to 10 p.m. And Al says they are always looking for volunteers.
We'll decorate the mill up, import a number of ghosts and goblins, and try to scare as many little kids as we can, and adults too, for that matter.
The mill's hours and events can be found on their website at adamsmill.org. Though Adams Mill is no longer a functioning grist mill, it is still open to the community to come in and learn about the mill as well as the surrounding area. It is also situated on 80 acres of beautiful surroundings for hiking, camping, and maybe even canoeing. Reporting for Fast Track, I'm Beth Stanley.
Well, Krista, what's it looking like for this week's weather?
Well, thanks, guys. I did mention earlier how we have warmer than average temperatures, so I just want to give you a look at where we're supposed to be for this time of year. Now, today we had highs in the mid-70s. A normal high temperature would only be 63 degrees for this time of year. We set a record high temperature of 79 degrees in 1975. Now, for your low temperatures, though, we're only forecasting a low temperature of 61 degrees tonight, with a normal low temperature being 41 degrees. So we're quite a bit warmer than that and where we should be for this time of year, and we set a record temperature low of 23 degrees back in 1979 on this date back then. Now, tonight's forecast, we're looking at mostly cloudy skies and showers likely. That's going to be mostly after midnight. We're going to start seeing those showers, but we do have a chance of some showers earlier in the evening as well. As early as 8 p.m. we could start seeing a few sprinkles rolling in, 68 degrees, then by 10 p.m. dropping down to 66 degrees. As I said, after midnight, that's when we're really starting to see these chances of some showers ramping up, getting down to 65 degrees by midnight and 64 degrees by 2 a.m. Now, most places are going to bottom out their low temperatures in the lower 60s tonight. We're going to get down to 61 degrees here in Lafayette, 60 degrees for the low in Rensselaer, as well as 57 in Warsaw, 60 degrees in Kokomo, and 60 degrees for the low in Indianapolis. Now, in your day planner tomorrow, we do start off with those chances of showers, but it's not going to be an all-day rain. It's going to quickly taper off as we head into the afternoon. So we'll still be at that 50% chance of showers when you wake up tomorrow, 8 a.m., 61 degrees, climbing up to 63 by 10 a.m. By noon, 67 degrees. And then by 2 p.m., we're starting to see those showers start to taper off. The sun's starting to come out a bit more, 69 degrees by 2, and then by 4 p.m. getting up to 71 degrees, still a slight chance of showers. It's going to continue to dry out as we head later into the evening. High temperatures tomorrow topping out in the lower 70s, 71 here in Lafayette, 71 in Rensselaer, only getting up to 69 out in Champaign, as well as 69 in Warsaw, and 71 degrees for your high temperature tomorrow in Kokomo. Now for your radar, 8 p.m., this is showing Our system starting to push its way in from the west, still going to bring a slight chance of showers in earlier, but like I said, we're not going to really start seeing that until after midnight. A few isolated showers around about 2 a.m. tomorrow morning, but then by 5 p.m. starting to see a greater chance of showers. You see, it's not a very widespread area of showers. We may see showers on and off throughout the evening and into the day tomorrow. By 11 a.m. we do start to see this clearing, and then we'll start to see that clearing throughout the rest of the afternoon as well. In your 7-day forecast, 71 degrees tomorrow, 50% chance of showers, but lots of sunshine on Sunday, but dropping down to near that average temperature of 63. We'll get up to 62 on Sunday. Lots of sunshine on Monday, still near the average high of 63 degrees. Showers return on Tuesday with a high of 63. Wednesday's chance of showers as well with a high of 61. Cooler on Thursday with a high of 54, but plenty of sunshine. Lots of sunshine to end next week as well with a high of 55 on Friday.
That's all we have for this week's edition of Fast Track. I'm Liz Van Ostenberg.
And I'm Island Spahi. Join us again next week as we take you through more stories on Purdue's campus. Have a great week.